I love reading a book where I feel the book has taken me somewhere different. It has introduced me to a new world or a new idea or a new person who I've got to know. I understand their lives, I understand their situations, and I become really involved in their life and their story, and I find it emotionally something that you just can't reproduce. There is nothing better than reading a good book. It is an amazing experience.
Read. I love to read because in a lot of cases, reading lets me escape without ever leaving. And so in other ways, it's kind of like the book just pulls me in to a land of fantasy, dragons, warrior maidens, and mythology. And that's really why I love to read.
I love to read because it teaches you a lot of things that you want to learn without needing to go to that certain place. You can go to different places, you can meet new people. You can learn so much by just sitting down and reading that it feels like you're actually in that world.
To read.
I love to read because it brings you to different worlds and it lets you know different perspectives of characters and places.
I love to read because it gives me a break from everything that I'm doing, and it helps me travel around the world and learn everything about the world.
I like to read because you get to go to new places and do new things whenever you just pick up a book.
I love to read because it opens my imagination and it's like a whole new world. It helps me with school.
I think I like to read because it's like there's lots of different worlds that like make some sort of distraction to me, that I just like to the type of book in which characters are in some like weird and strange adventures which are just strange and can't happen in real life, and that's why I like it, because it's something different to what my normal environment.
It puts me in a place and time, often places where I may not ever be able to visit, or places where it could even be dangerous to visit, or places that no longer exist because they're lost in time. My favorite genre is historical fiction for that reason, and I made a list of my favorite historical fiction authors and books. Obviously Jane Austen comes to mind. She's one of my faves. I love everything she's written. I've also got Philippa Gregory, who writes about the time of Henry VIII and all of the other times that surround Henry VIII's court, the children, the intrigue, and it makes you want to learn more. It may be historical fiction, but there is some history in there, and what it does is it piques your curiosity and you often want to learn more about that time in history. Ken Follett, Pillars of the Earth, one of my favorite all-time books. I love the Diana Gabaldon books, the Outlander books. I've read them all, including all of the unofficial ones. Actually seen the show as well quite a bit, but the books are really interesting, and again, a lot of it might be considered kind of fluff reading, not very important reading, but it takes place in historical locations. It takes place in times when all sorts of interesting things were taking place in the world, and what it makes you do, it makes you go off and find out more. You say, I didn't know that, and you go off and investigate it, look for more information on that particular place or that particular event in time. Alison Weir's another one I want to mention. She wrote The Princes in the Tower. Strongly recommend it. It's an excellent read. It's also an interesting read, and again, it helps you to place different events and different people into their particular times, and you can start linking them together and seeing what the relationships are between those times, those events, and those people in history. So yeah, historical fiction is my favorite. Strongly recommend it.